Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Flutter tutorial. And I've been away for a while because my PC died and then it woke up and died and woke up and died, and it's been doing that. At least it's alive now, so let's try and get something done before it decides to die. So in this tutorial we're going to be building a quiz app, and hopefully my goal is to at least get part of the UI done, if not everything. All right, so let's get to it. Now what we have here is the default counter app. I haven't really done anything, and then in the lib folder I have created another file called app_colors, and if you open this up, it's just a class named app_colors, and I've created some static const colors. Okay, I struggle with colors, and yeah, I just had to get these down. You would say how I would use this. I mean, there are proper ways of doing this, but I just want to be simple. That's the goal of this entire tutorial series. Alright, so I'll be heading back to the main.dat and I'll be clearing this, so you know the drill. So I'm going to get rid of this entire part, and for the home we are going to create let's say we'll call it a landing page, because the idea here is when we start the quiz. So as I'm talking, I'm going to create this file. So I'm creating a new file and I'm going to call it landing_page.dart. okay, so the idea here is that when we start the quiz, we are going to have like a play now or something page, and that is what we are going to create right now, something like that. So of course this is going to be a stateless widget, so stl like so, and we'll call this landing page. And then let's import material, control period, and then material, and that's that. Now we'll go back to main.dat and simply also import the landing page, and we probably wouldn't touch this anymore, at least for now. So let's head back to the landing page and then let's see what we have to build. So obviously we are going to return, let me drag this and put it somewhere. We're going to return a scaffold, so let me quickly change that. And in this scaffold, of course, we are going to get the body, and in this body I'm going to start with a container this time, because I want to create some gradients and some styles. So that's the whole idea. Okay, so so inside this container we are going to set some pattern as we start. So let's say the pattern is going to be, so I'm going to use a const here, and don't let this confuse you. This basically is going to make anything, so this edge insets, it would never change. So anytime I build it up, it would never render this again. It knows this is fixed. Okay, so that is the entire idea. You don't have to give the program a lot of things to render when you know things wouldn't change. But we are going to use from left top, you know that already. So I'm going to give this a 10, and I'm going to press the tab key, give this a 50, another 10, and then another 10. Maybe we'll see if we have to change that. And now let me actually save this so that it shows up. So we really don't have anything because there's really nothing in our container. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different from what you've seen so far, and I'll explain it in a very simple way. As we go on, I'll talk about this more. Now we know devices have different sizes, and I'm using this huge phone here. Now if you're using a smaller phone, then maybe the size of what I create might be so big on your phone, or if your phone is too big, then it might be too small. So how do you determine the size? Okay, things like that. You don't want to always put in fixed sizes. So what I'm going to do here is use a type here called size. I just want size. Okay, and I'm going to call this size, and this is going to be equal to MediaQuery. So MediaQuery, if not that one, MediaQuery. So if you're familiar with MediaQuery from web development, it's sort of similar. It gives you access to a lot of what do you call it, metadata that you can use to figure out what is the size of this phone, the width and height and things like that, and that is what we are trying to get. So enough of that. So this MediaQuery, and we are going to get access to our context. So context here just gives us some info about this particular widget, its position in the tree, stuff like that, and then dot size. And let's close this. Now the reason why I am doing this is that I don't want to be typing this entire thing all the time. So for example, if I say dot size dot, I can access quite a number of things. So if I say height, this will give me the height of this virtual device here. Okay, and I don't want to be typing this entire thing. So at this point, I'll end in here. Okay, and this is how we are going to use it. So in our container, our height, we are going to have so instead of me saying something like 200 or 300 or something like that, I'm just going to say I want my container to be as tall as the size dot height. So whatever device you have is going to be as tall as that. I hope that makes simple sense. And we are going to do the same thing with the width. So size dot width, just like that. Okay, and then we are going to call decoration. You've seen this before, I hope so. If you haven't, you can check my other tutorials. So we're going to call box decoration, and then inside here, for the first time, that's not what I want to do. I just wanted to bring this down, and VS Code can be annoying sometimes. We are going to create a gradient. Okay, I hope you know what a gradient is. It could be one color moving from one shade to another, or a group of colors. So I'm going to create a gradient. So to do that in Flutter, we are going to say gradient, and this gradient takes we are going to create a linear gradient. Now we have all kinds of gradient, but what we need is a linear gradient, like so. And in this linear gradient, we have to provide a few things. Now I just want to bring this down. I don't know why VS Code is doing that to me today. We need to provide certain parameters. So first, I'm going to say that this linear gradient should begin. Okay, I want it to begin, so we would use alignment, if I can spell that right. So alignment dot top center. So I want it to start from the top center, okay, from there, and then I want it to end, guess where? Alignment, are you guessing? Dot bottom center. So I want it to start from here and then come there. You can create gradients that go diagonally and all of those kind of things. We are going for a very simple one. Okay, I hope that's very simple. And then the next thing is we need to provide colors. Now the colors here is going to be a list of colors we have to provide. Okay, so oops, I meant for, come on. Anyway, so with the colors I have created in this file, so you can see I have like a background color, a gradient color. Forgive me, I'm terrible at naming colors, so I don't know why I gave them these names, but we'll still use them regardless. Anywho, so in here, the way we can access these colors is to call the class name. Okay, and since these are static, we do not have to create an instance of this class. Now if you don't understand that, don't worry, we'll cover that later on. So just know that if I want any of the colors, I have to call the class name, so app colors without the brackets, just like that, dot, and you see I have access to those colors. So I want the background color to start with, and then I want, so app colors dot which one, the gradient color. And what is going on here? This is what I am looking for. So let's save this and let's see what we have. So I don't know if you can see properly, but we have a color going from the top. So there are two colors very similar, just a slight change. So I don't know if it's clear. It looks kind of weird, but hey, we'll go with it. So in the container, so after box decoration in our container, we are going to have our child. So imagine we've done all of that without any child just yet. Okay, we are going to have our child, and our child here is going to be a column, and of course column is going to take a bunch of children. Can you stop doing that? It's kind of frustrating sometimes. VS Code is trying to be so helpful that it's annoying. Now I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. So I know I want everything to be in the center. So I'm going to start with the main axis alignment dot center. Oops. Guess what? I forgot the main thing. So main axis alignment. Come on. And then this is going to be the... What is going on today? Everything keeps changing. Come on. Wait, am I in the right place? Right, so that is why I was struggling. Yeah, some of these things happen. So I knew what I wanted, but I was at the wrong place. So main axis alignment dot center, and then we can come into our children. So let me tab this in, and the idea here is I want to have like a logo, okay, for our quiz, and then something like that. In other upcoming tutorials, I'll show you how you can load in your own images in there, but there's a neat thing the Flutter devs have done. You can actually use the Flutter logo, and the way we simply do that is to call Flutter logo. Okay, it's right here if I can find it. See, very simple. Why does it automatically give me a comma? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to set the size, so you can set how big you want it to be. So actually, let me save this and let's see what we have. So you can see that's the Flutter logo right in there, and we can set the size of this to 200. How is 200? For now, I would stick with it. And you know what? Since this is just one thing, I mean, we can keep it in one line, as I always like to do. And of course, we need some space, so we'll call in good old sized box. And in sized box, let's go for a height of 10, and also get rid of this. This is just one little thing. And then the idea is that we are going to provide a text widget, and this text widget is going to have the name of our quiz, and we are going to call this Quizzles. Okay, we're going to call this Quizzles. And you know, I forgot to what do you call it? I wanted to use Google Fonts as usual, and I forgot to add it, so I think we'll do it. And I don't know, there was this news that you can use VS Code to add dependencies easily. So let me see, do I have that update? So Dart, it's called Dart add, yeah, it's here. So Dart add dependency, and I want Google Fonts, so it's right here. So that will mean we don't really need papspec.yaml, not papspec.papspec assist. Where is it? Guys, I'm confused. Oh, right here, it's here, it's here. So yeah, it works. So now we have our Google Fonts in, and you already know how we are going to use that. So we're going to call the style property, and in the style property, we're going to call Google Fonts. And we are going to use Nunito. Yes, we are going to use Nunito. And in Nunito, so let me actually show you what we've done so far before I add any other thing. And here I go messing up things. Come on. Let me undo that. Good. So let me save that. And have I messed up things? Alright, so we have Quizzles. I hope you can see it's very, very small. So we need to change the font size and things like that. So the color of this font, we are going to pick it from our app colors. Okay, so that is going to be the theme here. So our app colors dot, and we are going to use I call the selected color, and then we are going to continue with the font size, so FS and 80, and we are going to go with the font weight. So I'm just using FW for font weight. It's easier than to type the entire thing. And we are going to use font weight, the bold, just like so. And I put a comma there, and let's save this. Ooh, that's so big. Huh. You know, I would actually leave it like this for the meantime. I'll leave it like this until it's too big. Alright, so after this text, I'm going to create another size box, and in fact, the spirit of listeners, I'm going to copy and paste this here. And what I want to do here, I want to get some text. So again, I'm just going to do that. I don't see why I should type that anymore. So over here, I'm going to say let's play. Let's say, yeah, let's add another one. And we know we have to put in an apostrophe here, and this is going to complain because we're using single quote, so it thinks this is the end of this statement and it doesn't know what the rest is. So we can simply solve that by using a backslash to say literally print this out, this is in part. And then for this, we are going to change the do we use the same color? I'm not so sure. You know what, let's just use white here. So we can go back to good old colors.white. And then for the size here, how is 50? Like, and I think, yeah, let's leave that and let's see what we have. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. And you know what, we can add some more text. So I'm going to grab this again, and I'm going to paste this. So you're watching a tutorial on how to copy and paste code, literally. All right, and here we are going to put in another text like I don't know, like play now and have fun, maybe something like so. And maybe for this, the font size can be a little bit small. Do we need it to be bold? Let's save that and see. Yeah, I think that's cool. That's cool. I'll leave that to be bold. That's fine. And I think for that part, I may be done. I'm not sure. Do I need to copy and paste something? Of course. I'm going to copy and paste that so that we have some space. I might increase this a little bit more, but for now, let's just go ahead. So what I want to do here is to create a button. Okay, I want to create a button, and I'm going to put this button in a container. So that is something you can do. So what I'm going to do here is what do I create? A container, and in this container we are going to have its width to be so remember size dot, not comma, dot width. And if I wanted this to take 80% of the width, then I can multiply this width by 0.8. Okay, if I wanted to take 30%, then I'll multiply it by 0.3. So yeah, so just sneaking this in here, we'll talk about this more as we go in. Not really necessary. So let's say I want this to take not 0.08, 80% of the width here. If I save this, well, the container is there, but then you can't really see anything. So that is how you can do some of these things. Again, I'm just sneaking it in there. So for the height, we just go with good old 70. So we don't have anything there, so you wouldn't see. And now we can provide it a child, and this child is going to be an elevated button. And this button would have a child, and this child is going to be of text. And what do we want to say? We want to say play now, Alice. Why do we sound so like you gotta do it now, that kind of thing? I don't know. Anyway, so as usual, you can already see I'm heading towards, you know what, let's type this time. I'm feeling guilty. So style and Google. What happened to my pointer? Okay, so I hope I didn't go and type somewhere. Google fonts dot Nunito. Should we use Nunito still? Yeah, let's use Nunito, not Newmans. Nunito. Yes, that guy. And I'm a bit confused. Let me see. This is tripping me. Alright. So we're going to use this. So I'm just confused. So right here. So yeah, man, got confused a while because I couldn't find which bracket I was supposed to go to. And then I need to provide the onPressed. And then for now, we would just make this an empty function. So I'm going to save this for now, and you can see we have our button showing in there. And we can make some modifications to this. So what do I want to do? So font size of this is going to be, let's say 30, and then yeah, let's make it bold. So font weight, the bold, let's go with that. That's looking okay. And let me put a comma here, because why do I get 2? I don't know what's going on, but we'll take it. Looks like something is missing. I think I need to give more space. What about 30? What about 60? I think this is okay for now, and we can make some additional modifications. So let's see. So the style for the elevated button, and we know it's that long elevated button dot style from. So I was hoping I'll get elevated button dot style from, and then let's see what do we do. So for primary, we are going to provide our app colors, and we are going to go with the button color right there. So let's save this, and this is the color of the button. So primary stands for the color of the button, and on primary stands for the color of the text. Okay, so we can say now on primary, and we don't actually have to change that. So we can say on primary, and then say app colors dot, let's say selected color. And then if we save this, you can see we have this in there. I don't know, should I leave it like that? I think I'll leave this as it is. For now, everything looks kind of okay, and I'm happy we are almost finishing this first part. So what we want to do is that when this button is clicked, we want to now go to the quiz page. Okay, we want to go to the main quiz page. So what we'll do is we'll create a new file in the lib, and then we'll call it quiz underscore page dot dart, like so. And then we would import material, so Flutter material, and then we'll create a stateful widget. I don't know, do we need a stateful widget? I'm just thinking, are we going to have like yeah, we need set state, so yeah, we'll need a stateful widget just like that, and we'll call this quiz page just like that. And let's return a scaffold for now. And then just to make sure we are in the right place, let me go to the body of this and put a center, and in the center we would have a child. The child will be a text, and then in this text we're going to have let's just type in, let's say, quiz page. Oh my god, what's going on? So let's say quiz page, just like so, and I'm going to save this. Then now we can come back to our landing page, and in here we want that when the user clicks on what do you call it, the button, we want to go to the landing page. Okay, so the way we simply do that is quite simple. Flutter has something called, also I'll say something called navigator. Okay, so a navigator, so like the name, and when we want to move to another screen, we are basically pushing that screen on top. So picture a deck of cards. So when you pick one card, so the card you want to see is what you put on top of the card that was already there. So we are putting the quiz page on top of the landing page, and if you had another page, we're putting that on top of the quiz page. So you get the idea. So we want to say navigator.push. Okay, we want to push a certain page in there. Okay, now we need the context so that we can know the state of our widget. And let me simply close this. It's going to get weird very soon. And then the route we have to provide here, it's a material page route. Now, if you are on iOS, you would want to use the Cupertino page route. Okay, you get the idea. So depending on the platform you are on, you provide the actual route that you need. So we have material for Android. You get the idea. So here we need to provide a function, okay, an anonymous function that takes the context, and then this is going to yield. So I'm going to use a fat arrow. So when I say fat arrow, I mean this. Now you could open your brackets and then type in a return, but that's a longer way. And we now want to return what do I want to return again? I'm getting confused. Yeah, the quiz page. Come on, what's wrong with me? We want to return the quiz page, and that's that. So I'm going to save this, and then this is what we have. So when this button is pressed, we want to call the navigator to push a material page route, which then returns this quiz page. So we are pushing this quiz. Yeah. So we are pushing this quiz page on top of this landing page screen. So let's test that and see. Yay, that works. And of course, I have no app bar or anything there. So you get the idea. So that's it, guys, for this video. I really had fun creating this. I believe you could tell from the way I was actually talking. And if you like this video, please do leave a like, do subscribe for the algorithm as usual, and yeah, I'll see you in the next Flutter tutorial.